Alright, little update. I had filmed 2 videos. I had filmed one about WrestleMania and one about my little tribute to the Ultimate Warrior. And my camera, being the piece of shit that it is, deleted both of them. So, I lost both of my videos, which sucks, but I persevere. Really, I'm not going to go through all of that again. Regardless of whatever I think about WrestleMania, I'll give you the rendition. By the time, it's already old news. My only complaints are the whole Brock Lesnar Undertaker deal. I think I was a complete waste, and as I immediately called it, they have done nothing about this. You know, Brock Lesnar was not there this past Monday on Raw. So once again, I bring the question, this whole thing was a colossal failure. And the Ultimate Warrior, you know, what else more could be said about the man? He's one of the coolest guys, and he was involved in a lot of important history-making events. He was also involved in a lot of bizarre events. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look on YouTube, you'll find it. But I thought tonight I would go through something that I actually spent a lot of time thinking about. A lot of time. I'm going to discuss John Cena's heel turn. Or rather, the heel turn that I wish he would take. Now, as I'm filming this, it is about 2 weeks after WrestleMania, and John Cena had been almost booed out of the entire building in New Orleans for Bray Wyatt, of all people. You know, if you would have told me that Bray Wyatt was going to be the good guy in this feud, I would not have believed you. I don't understand the Bray Wyatt angle. I don't understand the character. More importantly, I don't understand why it's working. But hey, I guess we all got weird fetishes out there. But I've talked about this with other people, friends, people that watch wrestling. We all agree. John Cena has become so stale, so vanilla, just completely boring. He needs a change. He needs a change he needed a change 5 years ago. And it's not like this is the first time that he hasn't been a heel. He was a heel back when he first started. He was the rookie when he first started. Then he got some personality. They found out he could rap good, and then he became the rapper. He became Marky Mark. That blossomed into people liking him, and god damn, how long has it been? 2000. It's almost been a decade and a half that this guy is a good guy. And really? Okay. I will take you step by step. As I said, I had this plotting in my head for a while. Hold on one second. Don't know. There. That was bugging me. So, I've had this plotted for a long time. And I want to see if people will agree with me on this. Now, for this actually has to have happened a long time ago. So, go all the way back to WrestleMania. I want to say WrestleMania 27, when John Cena wrestled The Miz at WrestleMania for the title. That was the year The Rock was the guest host, and The Rock interfered in the match and cost John Cena the title. Okay. Now, follow me on that one, because everything that I'm about to describe still happens. John Cena and The Rock still have their match at WrestleMania, which, by the way, the balls on the WWE for signing that match a year in advance. Now, there's a lot of things that could have happened in there. Rock could have gotten injured doing a movie. Cena could have gotten injured during wrestling. There are so many factors that they never, I guess, they didn't take into consideration. But, oh well. Now, going into WrestleMania 28, of course, The Rock is coming back, and he's having the time of his life. You know, he's cutting promos, he's making fun of John Cena, he's calling him Fruity Pebbles, which made sense. But, for what I've ever said about John Cena, I'm not a fan of the gimmick. I'm not a fan that the WWE is basically pushing this motherfucker down our throats. But the one thing I can say about John Cena is he is one of the few guys out there that has natural feeling promos. You know, it's not that he's reading off of a cue card. He actually is talking as though he would talk to you in real life. So, as Rock is going on saying like he's gonna lay the smack down on John Cena's candy ass, smell what the Rock is cooking, generic Rock promo 94. Then they do a promo with John Cena, and he's sitting in this empty arena, I guess before a Raw. Pardon me. And he's sitting there, and he's really somber, and he's really morose, and he says, you know, I'm gonna go to WrestleMania, and I'm gonna face The Rock, you know, one of the best ever. And he's not being John Cena the character. He's being John Cena the person. And he's really calm and really, like I said, really stoic and just morose. And he's sitting there, and he's not even looking at the camera. He says, you know, this is the biggest match of my entire life, and I have to beat The Rock. You know, I have to beat this man. And I think I know what they were trying to go for, but it didn't work out. And this is what I think. The problem I have with this match is that they did not make this match as a good guy or bad guy. They never pushed a good or bad guy. And I hate that. It works to a degree, but The Rock should have so easily been the heel in this one. And it's very easy to turn him heel of this match, because he ditched wrestling for acting. Enough said. Have him come out and run wrestling into the dirt. Have him come out and say, you know what, I shouldn't even be here. I'm a multi-million-dollar action star. I could make a year's salary that I would make here in the WWE. I could make that in 2 weeks filming a movie. You know, come out and just be a fucking super heel. Come out, start cutting a promo, and then all of a sudden, like, his beeper or his cell phone goes off. It's like, oh shit, you know, I'd love to stick around and talk and try and entertain you moron fans, but I gotta go to a production meeting, or, you know, I got a meeting with James Cameron, and he wants me to be in a movie. I'll see you later. You know, make it seem like the wrestling business is so beneath him. Then you have a heel for people to hate. But they didn't do that. But I understand what I think John Cena was trying to do. It's the fact that he was basically saying that if he loses to The Rock, he will have lost to, he would have lost to one of the best ever, sure. But in reality, he's saying, I will lose to a guy who hasn't been in wrestling for 5-6 years. And this cycles back into my Undertaker, Brock Lesnar problem, in that The Undertaker was beaten by a part-time wrestler, which is bullshit. The same thing goes with John Cena. He doesn't want to get beaten by a part-time wrestler, because I think he even says it, because if I lose, I have to look everybody in the eye in the locker room the next day and say, what the hell happened, you know? Now, going into that WrestleMania match where he wrestles The Rock, I would have the exact same thing happen. I would have The Rock beat him. And the next night, I would have The Rock come out, cut his usual promo, leave, and then, you know, have, as he's walking out and through the back, he would see John Cena standing there. And he would be like, hey, John, you know what? We had a good run. It was a good match. I want to shake your hand because, you know, you earned my respect at least. And John would kind of look at him. He'd look at his hand, look at Rock, look at his hand, and he would just walk away. Not even say a word. And then he would, like, that's it. That's the last time you would see John Cena that night. Then the next week he would come out and say, he would finally get the microphone and talk. He would say, I'm disappointed in myself. I let the people that I let the guys in the back, I let them down because I lost to The Rock. And you know, this is a guy who hasn't been in wrestling for so long, and I lost to him. And then have, like, he said, like, all right, I'm gonna put it behind me. It's gonna be a new day. I'm gonna get back on the horse. Then have Brock Lesnar come out and attack him. Same thing that happened beforehand. Only this happens a week afterwards. And then John Cena is now like, okay, now Brock Lesnar wants a piece of me. You know, I don't understand why these guys are suddenly coming out of the woodwork, but okay, I'll wrestle you at Extreme Rules. Now, if you don't remember, this happened. Brock Lesnar and John Cena had a match at Extreme Rules, which is after WrestleMania. And John Cena wins. Now I want you to erase that and follow me. If I'm booking this, I would not have John Cena win. I would have Brock Lesnar win. And that would send John Cena into this completely dark part of his brain where he's like, oh my God, I just lost to two guys in a span of 2 months that have not been here for a combined total of 20 years. And that's where, like, things would start going through, like, maybe I just don't have it anymore. Maybe I've lost my touch. And they would have whoever the GM was at the time. I think they were still doing, like, the anonymous GM. But, okay, let's just go with that. Have the anonymous general manager come onto the laptop and say, you know what, John, you're right. You've had a string of bad luck lately. You know what? Let's try and make it up to you tonight. We'll give you a gimme match. Again, like an easy match. We'll how about you and Kofi Kingston? Let's just say Kofi Kingston. I'm not saying Kofi Kingston is a bad wrestler. He's a great wrestler, but you know, he's, in terms of the ladder or the Power 25 as they call it, he's way below John Cena's league. And so the GM says, okay, I'm just giving you this gimme match against Kofi Kingston. Go out, have a great match. There's no animosity between you. Just go out there, have a great match. And you know what? John's like, okay, you're right. Me and Kofi can go out there and really tear it up. So they go out the night of Raw. They have this great match. And Kofi beats him. Like, clean in the middle of the ring. And John Cena suddenly is like, what the fuck just happened? I just lost to Kofi Kingston. Like, 3 times I have lost. I can't. What the fuck is going on? And he would even say that. He wouldn't say what the fuck is going on, but he would come out And he would even say, like, oh my God, I just lost. First I lose to The Rock, then I lose to Brock Lesnar, and then I lose to Kofi Kingston. Like, he wouldn't say it in, like, out in public. You know, he would say it in the back. Like, he'd be on the phone talking to somebody. He'd be like, you know, I just lost to Kofi Kingston. What the hell was all that about? And he's like, all right, fine. Like, and Kofi comes in and he's like, hey, John, man, thanks for giving me the opportunity. Thanks for letting me have a match with you. And John Cena's like, oh, yeah, no problem. Hey, you know, let's have another one. Let's just go ahead and have another match. And Kofi goes out and he goes, yeah, absolutely, man. This is awesome. So they have a match, and Kofi beats him again. And like it would be a really it would be a simple win too. It'd be something like a roll up, like Cena would have Kofi up in the air for the Death Valley Driver, you know, and Kofi would somehow lean all of his weight back and get him in to a pinfall and pin Cena. Cena would be like, ah, ah, fuck you, Kofi Kingston, and Kofi would go to shake his hand, and Cena, like, oh wait, okay, I totally mixed up. The first time Kofi would beat John Cena, he'd go to shake John Cena's hand. Cena would walk away, and then he'd come back next week. He's like, you know what? I disrespected you. I'm sorry. I apologize. I want to make it up to you. Let's have another match. That's what I meant. So they have their second match. Same thing happens. Kofi pins him, and Cena, he's like, you know what? The better man won. Fine. Like, here, I'll shake your hand. And he grabs Kofi's hand, picks him up, does the fucking Death Valley Driver on him, and then proceeds to beat the living shit out of Kofi Kingston. Like, the worst beating anybody has ever had before. He would just beat this man to near death. And then, the next week, Cena would come out and he's like, shit, you know what? I don't know what's happening to me. I'm losing focus. My temper's getting the better of me. Like, Kofi, please come out. I want to apologize. And Kofi, of course, he would come out because, after all, Kofi Kingston is the same guy who repeatedly got screwed over and betrayed by The Miz. Never once questioned that. So maybe that's why I chose Kofi Kingston, because he would be stupid enough to keep coming back out. But Cena would be like, I'm really sorry, my temper's getting up, I'm just in a rut, I want to make it up, let's have a tag team match tonight, you and me against some team, like the Usos or somebody. And Kofi's like, okay, sure. They have the tag match, and like, Cena would be in control, and like, he would have one of the Usos up, and Kofi would like go for a move, like trying to hit one of the Usos. Instead, he'd hit Cena. Cena would go out of the ring. Kofi would lose the match, or Cena would get pinned, or they'd lose. And suddenly, like, again, John Cena flips his shit and starts beating down Kofi Kingston. And the entire time, John would be screaming at Kofi. He's like, this is all your fault! This is all your fault! I didn't lose that fucking match! This is all you! All on you! That's really all it would take for people to really heel on John Cena. Just have him show a mean streak. And I think that's what they're trying to do. With the whole Bray Wyatt thing, like, Bray Wyatt is doing this total Star Wars kick where he's trying to unleash John Cena's dark side. And, of course, John Cena being the paragon of goodness and justice, he's not going to do that. You know, he's Luke Skywalker. He's not going to give in to the dark side. And I jokingly said at WrestleMania that they should just go total Star Wars and have Bray Wyatt try and seduce Nikki Bella. Because I think Nikki Bella and John Cena are still seeing each other. It's like, well, if you won't turn, perhaps Nikki Bella will. But back to this. So Cena once again beats the shit out of Kofi. And this leads to another match between those two. And it's at a pay-per-view. Because now it's worked twofold. Cena is now full-on heel. Like, he's beating down... He beat Kofi Kingston down, like, twice. He's been disrespecting him behind his back. And now Kofi wants revenge. And he's like, I beat fucking John Cena twice. I'll beat him again. So, at the same time, you built Kofi Kingston up to the point where he could be a main eventer. And at the same time, you've changed John Cena. You've changed the perception that he is giving to the people. And now they finally can boo this man. Like they always wanted to. And John Cena would still come out and he'd still try and play the babyface, you know? He'd be like, you know what? I love it when you guys boo me. It's awesome because it's freedom of speech. And that make him boo him even harder because he's not giving them the satisfaction of being mad. Because that's what bullies do, you know? If you ignore a bully, they leave you alone after a while because the fun's gone. And that would be the best thing. That's why we like to boo heels, because they get pissed off and it makes us want to do it even more. So Cena would be like, yeah, you guys can go ahead and boo me. I don't care. I really don't care. In fact, kids, keep wearing my merchandise. I mean, hey, I gotta pay the bill somehow. You know, always bring it back to just being an asshole. You know, it's like, hey, you guys bought my new shirt. Great. That means more money for me. And so, him and Kofi have their pay-per-view match. And Cena finally wins one. Like, and he does it. He cheats to do it. You know, he's a heel. Like, he does a low blow or something like that, and he Death Valley drivers Kofi. Or he hits him with a chair. He does something heelish. And now Cena's like, yes! I'm fucking back on the winning streak. You know, I won one match! Woo! And, like, in his mind, he just won the Super Bowl. He just won WrestleMania by beating Kofi Kingston at Extreme Rules or whatever pay-per-view was after Extreme Rules. Yeah. He's like, yes! Woo! I just beat Kofi Kingston! I am the fucking man! And now he has the confidence and the attitude that he wants to challenge for the title. So, again, this is around the time they did the CM Punk thing, but let's just take a kernel from current wrestling now. Let's just say Bryan Danielson is the world champion back then, as he is now. He's the biggest guy right now. Everybody just loves Bryan Danielson. And John Cena would come out and like, yeah, you know, they're cheering for you, and that's all good, but you know what? These people love me more. They love me way more than you. In fact, like, how many times have you held that belt? Like, once? Oh, well, that's nice. You know how many titles I've won? 14. You know, hey, I can't help if I'm better than you or I'm more awesome than you. You know, just be a complete asshole. And that would lead into a series of matches with Bryan Danielson. And, you know, that's really all it would take. Again, a change in attitude, a change in just the way he does things. That's all it would take. People want to boo this guy. They are looking for any reason to. And for the WWE to just sit back and not let it happen is kind of a travesty. And I think John Cena would do so well as a heel. You know, he could still do his charity work. You know, that's outside of wrestling. Just, it's more fun to play a bad guy. And another way they could do it is just completely change his attitude, just change everything about him. When Triple H went from DX to being from being the leader of DX, one of the most popular guys there, to being a heel, one of the things he said, to do that, you have to change everything about yourself. However the fans perceive you, change it. And people would say, well, they're not going to do that because it would ruin the business. No, it wouldn't. It would strengthen the business. Because right there, in that small gap of time within a 6-month period that I just laid out for you, John Cena has already gotten Kofi Kingston over. He's getting Bryan Danielson over. And anybody else that he fights or he works with, they would rise their game up because they're facing the super heel. They're facing John Cena. Still let him bust out his moves. Let him be the strong guy that he is. But make him a bad guy. Let him revel in the fact that he thinks he's better than everybody. That's all you need to do. That's the best kind of heels, are the ones that think that their shit doesn't stink. That these people should be on their hands and knees thanking this man for even showing up tonight. Like, hey, you guys are awesome because you're paying my salary. You guys make me millions of dollars, and you know what? I love you for it. I would share it with you. You can all come back to my house, but no, on second thought, I don't think I will because I have standards. It's basic storytelling. And people would tell me, well, they can't do it because, like I said, it would ruin the wrestling business. Hulk Hogan did it. And not only did it work, Hulk Hogan, I hate to admit it, but he made it work because he changed everything about himself. He wasn't being the Hulkster. He wasn't talking about Hulkamania. He was talking about how he was the biggest star in the world, and these people were on their hands and knees bowing to this man. You know it's not true. But Michael Hayes has said that, Mick Foley even talks about it when he talks to Michael Hayes. He said that a good heel, feels that everything he does is justified. No matter how wrong it is, no matter how wrong the situation is, the heel believes he is right. No matter what. And that's all that it would take, is for John Cena to just beat the shit out of somebody, show a mean streak, but say, hey, you know what? He deserved it. He really deserved it, because he made me look the fool, and nobody does that. I heard him in the back talking about me. And the thing with Bryan Danielson, they can incorporate the Bella twins into that too, because Brie Bella is with Bryan Danielson, Nikki Bella is with John Cena. And Cena would get on Nikki Bella's case and hey, are you with me or what? I know that she's your sister and she's with Bryan Danielson, but you know what? From now on, you need to watch what you say around her, because I don't want shit getting back to him about my training regimen or what I'm planning to do in my match. I don't want you talking to her anymore. Just be a controlling dick. And Nikki Bella would be kind of torn between her love or her sister. And it would be so great. It would be dramatic. And it's so simple. Like I said, I just laid out 6 months of programming right there. Easy. It's so easy. It's so simple. But they won't do it because John Cena is their golden child. And he will continue to become staler than toast. So, yeah. That's my fantasy booking. I actually like doing this. I'll probably do more of this stuff. I like doing fantasy booking because you make up your own shit. So, I'll probably do more of that. Yeah. So, there's my take on John Cena being a heel. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. Even the 5 people that watch this, I would love to know what you think about it. Or even give your own opinions, give your own ideas as to how to do it. But I'm not alone in the fact that I think people are tired of John Cena being the good guy. I think they're ready for him to be a bad guy. And especially with wrestling nowadays, especially now that Bryan Danielson is kind of the golden child now. He's the guy that everybody is surrounding themselves with. John Cena has kind of gone off on the wayside a little bit. He's feuding with Bray Wyatt, sure, but he's not in the title picture. And I'm not complaining about that. I like that. But, it's something to think about. So, yeah. Again, let me know what you think, because I like doing these. I'm going to do more of them. I'd love to do more of these. So, again, let me know what you think. Again, sorry about my WrestleMania video. I don't know if anybody was really looking forward to that, but I'll do others, I'm sure. So, again, there's Ava. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. And I don't know when I'm going to do my next one. I'm trying to get more TV stuff in. I like doing more TV shows. I find that people agree with me more when I bitch about TV. Who knew? So, again, thanks for watching, and I will see you when I see you.